Welcome into the week 2 fantasy recap. What a crazy week. It's been insane. This recap's going to be fun. Let's get into it. Starting, as always, with redraft. Bills Mafia 2-0 defeats Leftist Tears 0-2, 174.79 to 132.94. Bills Mafia uses the early Sunday game to cruise to a victory over Leftist Tears. Jalen Waddle and Christian Kirk combined for 51.51, and Bills Mafia never looks back. Buccaneers defense tallies 5 turnovers and a touchdown. Aaron Jones finds the end zone twice while accumulating 132 yards. With the win, Bills Mafia moves to 4-3 all-time over Leftist Tears, being the only team in the league to hold an all-time winning record over the 3-time champs. This week's score for Bills Mafia is the 14th highest one-week score in league history. Scoob the Delinquent 1-1 defeats Gumpy Glizzy's 0-2, 161.9 to 130.18. Scoob the Delinquent rolls into a Monday Night Football with only 74.29 points. But that was no problem, as Josh Allen, Stefon Diggs, and the Bills' defense combined for an unbelievable 91.61 points. Mike Williams also finds his footing after an underwhelming Week 1 outing, posting 19.94 points on Thursday night. This is the 13th game in this storied series, and Scoob the Delinquent tallies his 8th win all-time. No pun intended, 1-1 defeats Ben Stiller Virginity 1-1, 111.76 to 93.49. No pun intended finds their first win of the season, interestingly led by Commanders quarterback Carson Wentz. Then PI also had Darnell Mooney in, who scored negative points. Ben Stiller Virginity's team was not at full health, though, as Dak Prescott was out this week and Trey Lance suffered a season-ending injury early in the Niners-Seahawks game. They will have to scramble at the quarterback position with Marcus Mariota and Geno Smith, the currently rostered backups. Nico's League 2-0 defeats the Red Carpets 1-1, 127.03 to 99.55. Nico's League uses the career performance from Tua Tagovailoa to breeze past an underwhelming week from the Red Carpets. 469 yards and 6 touchdowns through the air, Tua tallied 43.55 fantasy points alone, accounting for over a third of Nico's total points. The Red Carpets only have one player crack the 15-point mark, and they will regroup next week for their matchup against undefeated Bills Mafia. The Stoners, 2-0, defeat Washington Rednecks 0-2, 176.54 to 132.4. The Stoners lead this week's fantasy trend, monster points. They use the lightning and thunder-like performances from Tyreek Hill and Nick Chubb respectively, totaling 5 touchdowns between the two. The Stoners' final tally of 176.54 is good for the 12th highest one-week score in league history. The Rednecks simply could not keep up, despite scoring in the top half of teams this week. They'll look to bounce back against no pun intended next week. And into our Week 3 redraft power rankings, starting at the bottom at number 10, not moving, Gumpy Glizzies. At number 9, moving down 1 spot, no pun intended. At number 8, moving down 1 spot, Leftist Tears. At number 7, moving up 2 spots, the Stoners. At number 6, moving down 4 spots, Ben Stiller Virginity. At number 5, staying put, the Washington Rednecks. At number 4, moving up 2 spots, Bills Mafia. At number 3, not moving, the Red Carpets. At number 2, moving up 2 spots, Scoob the Delinquent. And at number 1, staying put, Nico's League. Our Week 3 game of the week is Scoob the Delinquent 1-1 versus the Stoners 2-0. The best part of this matchup will likely be Scoob the Delinquent's Josh Allen and Stefon Diggs traveling to Hard Rock Stadium to play the Stoners' Tyreek Hill. Should be a fun one. And moving into Dynasty. Let's start with the elephant in the room, I guess. Sneezy Raccoon 74, 2-0, defeats Prestige Worldwide 0-2, 233.26 to 129.29. Sneezy Raccoon 74 goes berserk and scores 233.26 points. The tally is a new league record, and by a large margin. The previous single-week scoring record was set by Cummer Dynasty with 192.89 points in Week 2 of the 2020 season. This record smashes the old one by 40.37 points. This also beats the previous all-time victory margin record of 94.13 set by Sneezy Raccoon 74 over the Scoop Empire in Week 2 of 2021. The victory margin this week of 103.97 points would have alone beaten 2 teams this week. Sneezy Raccoon's total score of 233.26 is more than the Gump Dynasty Nico's League game combined, and also more than the Scoop Empire I Am They game combined. Speaking of combined points, this game also breaks the record for combined points in a one-week game with 362.55, destroying the old record by 38.85 points. Despite recording the largest loss margin in league history, Prestige Worldwide still scored the third highest amount of points this week, helping that combined points league record across the finish line. I Am They 1-1 defeats the Scoob Empire 1-1, 133.84 to 71.95. I Am They rolls to their first win of the season over a depleted the Scoob Empire team. Aaron Jones leads the charge with 29.75 points, backed up by Carson Wentz's 27.78. The Scoob Empire posted an embarrassingly low score, so low that it breaks the league record for lowest score of all time, beating Gump Dynasty's 76.39 in Week 6 of the 2020 season. Only 2 players reached the double-digit mark for Scoob, but no one could get past 15, securing their first loss on the young season. Nico's Dream Team 2-0 defeats Gump Dynasty 1-1, 106.02 to 103.15. In a very tight game that came down to Monday Night Football, Nico's Dream Team remains unbeaten by edging out Gump Dynasty by 2.87 points. Even with the win, Nico's Dream Team isn't celebrating, as their starting QB and young cornerstone of the franchise, Trey Lance, suffers a season-ending injury. It will be Lions quarterback Jared Goff replacing Lance, which, judging on this week's game, may not be a bad thing for 2-0 Nico's league. Stratton Oakmont Inc. 1-1 defeats Cumber Dynasty 0-2, 123.26 to 119.41. In another extremely tight contest that came down to Monday night, Stratton Oakmont Inc. squeaks by Cumber Dynasty to earn their first win of the year. Jalen Hurts led the comeback with another impressive showing. This is Stratton Oakmont's third win over Cumber Dynasty in the 4-game all-time series. We move into the Week 3 Dynasty Power Rankings. Starting at the bottom, moving down 1 spot, Gump Dynasty. At number 7, moving up 1 spot, Stratton Oakmont Inc. At number 6, moving down 1 spot, the Scoob Empire. At number 5, moving up a spot, I Am They. At number 4, staying put, Cumber Dynasty. At number 3, staying put, Prestige Worldwide. At number 2, moving down 1 spot, Nico's Dream Team. And at number 1 in the Week 3 Dynasty Power Rankings, moving up 1 spot, Sneezy Raccoon 74. Our Week 3 game of the week is Nico's Dream Team 2-0 versus Prestige Worldwide 0-2. This game would have been Trey Lance versus Russell Wilson, but with Lance out and Wilson not performing well, we will see more of a battle between Dalvin Cook and DeAndre Swift in Minneapolis. On to the Survivor Pool recap, as Week 2 sees 3 eliminations, as Chris, Sam, and Trevor's choice of the Cincinnati Bengals falls to Cooper Rush and the Dallas Cowboys. Even without Dak, the Cowboys hold off Burrow and the Bengals to secure the win and knock the Survivor Pool down to the final 5. Devin, Reed, and Jet all choose the Rams, who had a late scare against Atlanta after leading the game 28-3 at one point. Los Angeles ended up fending off Drake London and the Falcons to hold on for a 31-27 win. Gino chose the Broncos, and even though Russ didn't cook, the Broncos country did indeed ride to a sloppy 16-9 victory over the Texans. Cooper's game was the last to go on Monday Night Football, but it was by far the easiest as the Bills obliterate the Titans and cruise Coop into Week 3. So there are now 5 teams remaining in the Survivor Pool, so remember to get those Survivor Pool picks in next week. That will do it for the Week 2 recap. What an insane week. If every week was like this, we'd be going crazy in fantasy football, but we'll see if it goes back to normal next week, and we'll see you then. Week 3 coming up.